What's going on, guys? This is Simon from SG, and whether you're just getting started with WooCommerce subscriptions or you are a seasoned vet, I'm gonna go through in this video a couple tricks and tips about how I have used WooCommerce subscriptions with a lot of my client sites on our own site, and yeah, for the last like 3, maybe 5 years, use the plugin. So with that, let's jump into it. And if you get value out of this video, make sure to click the like, click that subscribe. It really helps out. Seriously, it takes you 2 seconds. Anyways, and all the links in the description box below. Okay, so the first tip and trick, and I wrote out like, I don't even know how much I got up to, maybe 20 tips and tricks on note cards. But the first one is make sure you're using automatic recurring payments. So you can obviously check this if you go to WooCommerce settings and you go to payments. So right here, you want to see this this checkbox right here. So if you see that checkbox, your payment method's good. And unless you have a really, really good reason not to use automatic recurring payments, or use a payment method, I should say, that doesn't support automatic recurring payments, you might not get that much value out of WooCommerce subscriptions. So you can see the full payment methods. I'm gonna put that link in the description box below of, there's so many: Amazon Pay, Stripe, Square, WooCommerce payments, First Data, Authorized Net, etc. So just make sure you're using automatic recurring payments. Sounds obvious, but some people are like, hey, I've already signed up here, or I can pass the fee on to my customers, or whatever it is. Just make sure you're using a payment method that supports automatic recurring payments. Cool. Okay, so the next one is subscribe and save. So this is probably the biggest one I see where people could improve, is if I just go to my homepage of Charlie's Coffee. And so right here is just a simple subscription. And as you can see, one of the downfalls is like, if I'm selling physical products and I have one product that's just, one time, and one product that's, just on subscription, that's 2 separate product pages. So the easiest thing to do, I would say, is always use the all products for WooCommerce subscriptions plugin. And I will link that in the description box below. But if I activate this plugin, right, and I come back to this one-time product, I can see that now I have the option to buy it one time or subscribe and save. So that's something that is really beneficial. And a lot of people, if you're your best-selling product and you want to offer a separate subscription product, that's fine. But you're gonna get a lot of success out of WooCommerce subscriptions if you give like the one time or subscribe and save, and maybe give a discount. That just limits it to one product page. And yeah, that's what I'd recommend. And then the third one is going to be the user switching plugin. So if I come down here, I think I have this installed, but I also will link in the description box below. This is a free plugin. And essentially this plugin just allows me to, if someone's reaching out for support on my e-commerce site, or I'm trying to understand how their subscription ended up how it did, or whatever, their payment failed or whatever, this just makes it really easy to go to, let's say like I go to this subscription, I can click into this customer's profile, see Johan Santana, right? I'm not signed in as Johan right now, but it just allows me to switch to this customer. And I think this is like a must-have plugin for anyone using WooCommerce subscriptions, and it's free. So it just makes it easy for you to switch to and kind of see what the customer's seeing. It helps out so much with maybe they're calling your support team or email, or they can't figure it out, or they're locked out, or there's just so many things you can do. And to be able to see what they're seeing in their account can be really beneficial. And it's also beneficial if they want to maybe change their payment method and they're over the phone because they're too frustrated about logging onto your site, or whatever the situation may be. I think you guys get it. The next one we're going to go over is allow customers to easily manage their subscription. So if I come back to my account, and I don't know, okay, so I have a subscription in my account. So when I click into my account, the only options I have right now is to cancel my subscription or to change the payment. And, especially when you're selling physical products, people may want to delay their shipment for a month, change their next shipment date, change the frequency, maybe from, every 3 months to every month, or just some of those actions that you may see on like Harry's subscription site or Dollar Shave Club, or whatever subscription site you usually, have seen. So if I come back to plugins, and if I just go back here, right, we only have cancel and change payment. If I come back to plugins, and I have another tutorial on the Toolbox WooCommerce Subscriptions plugin, but after activating this plugin, I can see right away that there's just a bunch of different more actions that the customer can do. This is less support requests for my team and e-commerce people, and overall just allows the customer to take things into their own hands. So this is the Toolbox WooCommerce Subscriptions plugin, and I will link that in the description box below. So like, for example, if they want to skip a payment, they could edit the details, change the next shipping date, etc. So the reason I went to a blank page right here is I need to update a setting. So I just activated the plugin right now. The next one's kind of a fun one, but let your customers know that you're now offering, subscriptions. So this is kind of similar to the light roast, similar to the subscribe and save, but use your email list to your advantage. Let them know that, if they subscribe and save, they can get 20% off or whatever promotion you're doing. Maybe it's 10% off, maybe it's not even any discount, but just send an email out, tell them, it's going to save them time. It auto ships to them every month. It's really convenient for them, etc. So let your customers know. It sounds obvious, but just simply letting them know and linking to your most popular product that has a subscribe and save option could do wonders. So the next one is enable retried failed payments. So even if you have automatic recurring payments enabled on your site, as you right here, what happens from time to time is customers, cancel their credit card, or they get a new one, or the code becomes invalid. And you need to enable retry failed payments. Sorry, that's under the subscriptions tab. So subscriptions tab, just make sure you have retry failed payments. So if the customer's payment fails the first time, it's going to retry 5 more times. So 12 hours later, 24 hours later, 48 hours later, 96 hours later, and then I think one last time after 96 hours, it will try to retry their payment. If their payment still fails after 5 retries, the order will be updated to failed. And eventually, I don't have any failed orders, but you will see this tab for failed, and you can click into it and you could switch to that customer and see what's going on. You will be able to see it in their subscription, of course, but it's just something that you can, manually retry the failed recurring payment, send them an email to update their payment method, etc. And while we're on AutomateWoo, this also is something that's very beneficial with WooCommerce subscriptions. They have a lot of built-in things. So I could give expiry reminders that, a customer's card's about to expire. I could also do something such as, so I could send that a month before their card expires. I also could do something like, let them know that upcoming payment due. So I could say, hey, subscription before renewal. And I could say like 7 days before renewal. And I can say like, hey, let's send them an email. Your subscription is about to renew for, and I can say subscription total. I can kind of build this out, add all these like short codes and basically just let them know, hey, a payment's coming up for this amount, make changes to your order or whatever the case may be. Another thing that AutomateWoo, while we're still at it, it also does is you can bulk update subscription prices. So if you're product prices ever change and people are on the old price on their subscription, you can bulk update all your customers' prices so it updates to your newest price. So the next one we're gonna go over is do not delete products that I've on subscription. So if I come here to this Johan Santana subscription, I can see that he has light roast. A better example is going to be right here. Okay, so if I come here, this is a subscription product, but I would never want to delete this product. And I guess the light roast also does apply, because if I delete this product, then the customer, it's just going to mess everything up, especially if their payment fails. So don't delete products that you've sold on subscription and customers have bought them. If you have a product that's like a simple product and you want to convert it to a variable product, create a new product. Yeah, it's one of those things that you're probably not gonna hear me until maybe you make the mistake. But if you have a simple product and you want to convert it to a variable product, create a new variable product. Don't convert the simple product to a variable product, because you already have customers that are on the simple product and their subscription is just going to show the simple product when it doesn't have variations. The next one is read the docs. There's a lot of documentation on WooCommerce subscriptions, and I want to be a resource as much as I can. So please, 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 if you have questions about this stuff, try to hit me up in the comment box below. I think I just started like making WooCommerce subscriptions videos, and some of them are like super outdated, but it seems like I'm one of the few people that are really making videos about it. So I'm always like enamored with WooCommerce subscriptions. One of our first like really big clients, right when we were starting out our business, used WooCommerce subscriptions, and we saw how well they did. So it really made us like, why aren't more people using this? Yeah, so read the docs, and also you can feel free to ask me questions, because some of my other videos are probably outdated and I probably need to redo them. The next one I want to go over is scheduled actions. So each time someone creates a subscription, they have scheduled actions that get fired. So let's just go back into this Johan Santana subscription. So his next payment is due December 12th, as you can see right here. So just understanding this is going to probably make you know more about WooCommerce subscriptions. So if I go to the status tab right here, WooCommerce status, and I can click this scheduled actions tab, and I can see, here's all the scheduled actions, and there's 8 pending. So I can see the subscription ID right here was 289. If I come back here, I can see that this hook, WooCommerce scheduled subscription payment, is pending, and it's going to run right here. So it's going to run on December 12th at 8:57, and right here we see December 12th at 0257. So this is in UTC time, so that makes sense why it's 6 hours ahead. This is basically just saying when this date happens, this is when that renewal payment is going to fire and creating a new renewal. So something I could test out right here is I could just click run, right? So I could click run and I could see what this happens. Successfully ran this scheduled action. And if I come back here and I refresh it, I should see, I'm gonna just pull this up real quick before I refresh. So this is our parent order, and we should have a renewal order. Cool. So I'm just gonna refresh this, and I can see that another renewal order was created based on that scheduled action I did. And if this makes more sense, I can go pending. We also can just let's just search for this real quick. We can search for this right here, and we can see all the scheduled actions. And now if I come back right here, I can see that there's another scheduled action that this will probably get canceled the next time, but you can see that the scheduled date's still happening, and I would have to edit this subscription right here to go, let's do this on the 4th of next month, or we can do the 12th or whatever it is. And when I save that, that's going to create another scheduled action, 289. And I can see that after updating that to January 12th right here, this scheduled action was updated here. So I can kind of search for this strain right here. And you guys probably can't see that well, but WooCommerce scheduled subscription payment. Hopefully this is helpful. I don't know, but this is just an easy way to see everything that's happening. So another thing that is beneficial is understanding how subscriptions work. So I can, if I'm like testing this out on a staging site, and that was one of my other tips. So make sure to have a proper staging site and make it easy to copy from your live site to your staging site to test something, and also be able to take backups and overall have a good hosting platform. A lot of people, and I know maybe you're just starting out, but I feel like a lot of things aren't the same. Like people that are doing hosting companies for like $3 a month, maybe they're good. I don't know. But I think it's always better, in my experience using GoDaddy or HostGator, one of those hosting providers, it was just really garbage. And I feel like tech and IT is something that you really get what you pay for. I know people always try to get maybe a discount or something better, but I think most times it is true, especially with servers. I personally use Kinston WP Engine, and the reason why is the first couple of years we used GoDaddy. There always was just issues with X, Y, and Z, and it was just like, hey, if we're gonna have clients hosting on our servers, we'd rather use, a premium hosting provider to provide premium service, and then we don't have to worry about our sites going down. So yeah, but it just makes it really easy to create manual backups right here. And you can see I've already created these manual backups, but it does daily backups. And before I'm doing something big, I'm going to take a manual backup as well. And I can easily restore this to staging site or live site. And then I can also, push this down to a staging environment, easily create a staging environment to do testing if I want to. So I know a lot of people use like Updraft plus something else. I don't know, Backup Buddy. In my experience, to have it at the server level, it just makes everything that much easier. Sites goes down a lot less, and it just makes a better experience for the clients I work with, my e-commerce sites, and the customers that buy our products. So that is one of the tips: hosting backups, or hosting, easy way to take backups, and creating staging sites easily. Okay, so back to here. So let's say I have this, and I also could click this process renewal order, or I could do create pending renewal order. So if I do process renewal, it's just going to do the same thing. It's going to actually charge them again. So I can do process renewal. So that could be helpful if you're trying to charge a customer again. So you can see it process that renewal. And if you're getting pending payment here, when you test this out, you can always click into the order. And I guess this won't show, but let's say this is pending payment. Let me just update this real quick. There is also this order action to retry renewal payment. So this goes back to if you have like a failed order status, you can retry renewal payment if you want to. And you also could, use that user switching plugin to easily switch to that customer, go to their orders, and pay for it. I think it's because it's already processing. That's why it's not letting me. Stripe stopped us because we already took payment for that, so we couldn't update it to pending payment, because then some customer could get charged twice. So, or as you guys saw, you can retry renewal payments, and that comes in handy if you have a customer that hasn't answered your emails after you told them to update their card on file, and they've also had their payment retried up to 5 times. So the last one I just want to go over real quick is the custom price strain plugin. So right here, there's a lot of free snippets or plugins, such as, custom price strain, or when you cancel a subscription order, it also cancels the subscription. So I will also put those links in the description box below. But essentially, if I use this custom price strain plugin right here, and let's say I go back to this Light Roast subscription product, I can do, a custom price strain of maybe I want to do $120 a year as a custom price string if I'm trying to do like a prepaid subscription. And if you haven't seen my prepaid subscription video, it'll make more sense. But basically just manipulating how this shows up as the price string, because you might have a different format of what you want to do. I guess another example would be like a free trial. So let's say I want to do a free trial, but I wanted to charge like $3.99 plus shipping. So for their first coffee box, like first month. And so I could just do like, so I'm just gonna copy this, but let's say it's usually $12 each month, but the first month I'm gonna give someone $3.99 plus shipping, just for the first month, and they will pay $3.99 at the time of sign up. And after the first month, it will be $12 a month. So if I view this product, right, I kind of have this price string that looks like this, which doesn't look that nifty or cool. So kind of looks confusing. Someone goes 1 month free trial with a sign up fee. Your customers might be confused. So that's where their custom price string plugin comes in. So I could just come down here and I could add this custom price string of $3.99 plus shipping. And let's go back to the product page. And as you can see, it's going to take this off after I update the product. I can just see $3.99 plus shipping. Obviously, this is just a test, but you could add more offers, first time offer or something like that. But this is just an example. And again, this is what it looks like before. And then after using the custom price string plugin, that's what it looks like. I, by default, keep these as customer and customer. I know some people have subscriber, but to me, it always makes it just easier for me. I don't know if anyone else has opinions on it, but I just want to treat everyone that is buying products in my WooCommerce shop as a customer. Now, if you're using virtual products, that's maybe a different conversation, and then I know people have like sign up now. I just always change this to buy now and place order. And you can enable this if you want to, these settings, allow switching. And yeah, if you want to offer a $0 initial checkout, this is usually the case with more so of virtual products, but you may want to do this. But these are kind of the settings I usually use. Product bundles, if you use product bundles, you can do this, but I am just going to keep that checked. Okay, and then the last thing I want to say is product bundles plugin. If you want to do some sort of like subscription box or bundle them all together, here's kind of an example of how you could use a subscription box for people to kind of build their box each month and buy it on subscription. So I have another link for that video. It's a little bit longer than this one, but if that's something that you're interested in, you can check the cards or the link in the description box. This is pretty much it, guys and girls. Hopefully you guys got a lot out of this or learned one thing. And with that, I am going to sign off. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you use my links. Click the link in the description box below. Give me a like, thumbs up. The road to 3,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. Okay, have a great rest of your day. Peace.